A winter road cuts through the countryside. Snow gathers against wooden fences, smoke rises from chimneys, and tiny figures move between barns, as though the village has been wound like a clock. In a Grandma Moses painting, no one seems to stand still for long. Someone is carrying firewood, driving a sleigh, boiling maple sap, gathering crops, or preparing food for a crowded table. The landscape may appear innocent, even childlike, but it was created by a woman who understood how much labour was hidden inside a peaceful rural scene. Long before the art world knew her name, Anna Mary Robertson lived the life she would later paint. She grew up on a farm and began working in other people's homes while she was still young. Her days were filled with cooking, cleaning, sewing, caring for children, and tending animals. Marriage brought another farm, a large family, and decades of physical work. Art survived quietly at the edges of her life. She made decorations for the home, embroidered pictures, and created images from whatever materials were available. Painting was not yet a career. It was simply one of the ways she made ordinary life more beautiful. Then, her hands began to betray her. Arthritis made embroidery increasingly painful, and painting offered an easier way to continue creating. At an age when many people expect their world to become smaller, Moses placed a board on the table and opened an entirely new one. She had no formal academy training, and little reason to imagine that museums or collectors would ever notice her work. What she possessed instead was a lifetime of observation. She did not paint rural America as a visitor passing through. She painted from inside its rhythms. Harvests, weddings, winter storms, maple sugaring season, children playing in the snow. These scenes were reconstructed from experience, memory, and imagination. Her landscapes do not follow the strict rules of perspective. Roads bend sharply. Houses tilt toward the viewer. Hills rise like painted theatre scenery, allowing distant farms and foreground figures to appear at the same time. Size and distance change according to the needs of the story. Yet the paintings rarely feel confused. Moses arranged the countryside like a stage, leading the eye from one small event to another. A group gathers near a barn. A horse crosses a bridge. Children slide down a hill. Every corner seems to contain a separate memory. Her discovery came almost by accident. Paintings displayed in a local shop attracted the attention of a collector from New York. Before long, the elderly farm widow who painted at home was exhibiting in Manhattan. Critics often described her work as primitive or naive, words that could make her paintings sound untouched by thought or design. But their apparent simplicity is deceptive. Moses understood repetition, movement, seasonal colour, and the energy created when many figures share the same landscape. Her people are usually small and rarely individualized. Together, however, they become the pulse of the community. The true subject is not one heroic person, but an entire village moving through work, celebration, and changing weather. This was not a complete record of rural life. hardship was softened, conflict pushed beyond the hills. Moses preferred bright snow, red barns, autumn fields, family gatherings, and communities held together by shared labor. She often painted the countryside as it existed in memory, rather than in modern reality. Signs of industrial change could disappear, leaving behind a world that felt stable, familiar, and close to the land. During decades of war, economic uncertainty, and rapid modernization, viewers found comfort.